So what happens most of the time when people get signals, they're in a position where they don't understand how to risk on their account properly. And I keep saying it all the time, like anybody that just expects when somebody gives them a stop loss and a take profit, and it must always just be going there, it's really ridiculous to kind of think that that's going to be the case. And every single time, let me put it that way. Of course, there is a certain amount of times, yes, it will do that. But more than anything, you're going to have to manage your trades whilst you get signals anyway, because the market can do anything at any given time. And it's even good that I've got this on my chart at the moment. Basically, so imagine someone's giving you a signal right now. All what this is on your chart, what you can see right now, is every single news event that appears on the chart. And there's even more because I'm on a 4-hour chart there. So you can see how many news events there are. So if I'm giving you a signal on Euro USD, any one of these hashed lines basically can affect that trade at any given time, of course, when it appears. So how is it possible for anybody to say, okay, Euro USD, let's say now, is going to sell from here to here, but look how much news events we've got during that period of time. If it doesn't sell quickly, how many news events have you got that can affect that, that can make it sell to here and bounce all the way back up? So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to signals, is people just don't understand how to actually trade and what's going on. And that's why signals get such a bad name. There's nothing actually wrong with signals. It's just people have to understand that trading doesn't work like that. When are you going to be able to pay $50 for something and be making in a year, I don't know, 1,000% gains on something? Where does that exist? It don't exist anywhere. Do you understand? So I don't know. It's like people are selling themselves a dream for some reason, and I just don't get it a lot of the time. Like, yes, you can make money from signals 100%, but if you don't know how to trade, it's harder. And that's why I always try and teach people mentorship. Do you get it when it comes to these things? I don't even do Zooms normally here, but nobody's around. Nobody's even on, even when I go into the in the VIP. So I get it, people are busy. Like, I'm not gonna, criticize. I know my VIPs are usually good, but nobody's on in the VIPs right now. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just do a Zoom with everybody else. I mean, it's market moving, and the Zoom is just technical analysis right now, isn't it? So you're on that code source. Yeah, you gotta be up though in these markets, man. People gotta understand, if you really want to be a trader, you've got, and if you're not profitable, you've got to be on these charts. And it doesn't mean you've got to be watching them all day, but you've got to be at least looking at your charts between London and New York minimum. You need to be seeing what price is doing so you can figure out how you can have an edge in the market. If you're not doing that, then I'm not going to lie, you're not, or at least even if you picked one session, if you're not doing that, what are you doing is the question as a trader. Are you really trying to be a trader? That's the question. Or are you trying to just make money? And if you're trying to just make money, then obviously you're not going to understand the skill. Yeah, I'm looking at buys on Euro USD. It's why I'm doing the Zoom. The only reason why I give out certain trades and do Zooms and stuff, let me take this off the chart so it's not there, is because I need to wait for the charts to get into position. So if the chart's not in position for how I trade, I'm not going to give out trades. I'm not going to even give out a swing trade, which is how I trade. I trade swing trades most of the time. I'm not going to be doing that because it's pointless for me, because I'm going to give you a trade that's most likely not going to work. So this is why you won't see me putting certain trades, and why I started putting the second part of Neo, which is Trinity. I started putting those trades in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory area because these are more intraday trades. So they're still technically like signals for people here. But again, it's what I'm just saying here for everybody. If you do not know how to trade, what's going to happen? Sorry, give me a second. It's gonna die. Yeah, if you do not know how to trade, it's going to be an issue for you, because most of these trades went into 30, 40, 50, 60 pips worth of profit. Some went all the way to TP like GA. Some only went maybe 20, 30 pips into profit. If you don't know how to trade, you're not going to know how to manage these trades. So I could give out 10 of these a day, and then there'll still be people saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make money. I don't know how to do this. So I'm putting them there anyway. I'm going to give the results on how I would trade them if I break even them or whatever. And if they just lose. But for now, it's only because it's going to be a system with the VIPs, Trinity. It's basically intraday trades, day trades, and then Neo swing trades. But like I said, really we're only going to be used based on the pairs we're looking for entries or re-entries in the market rather than every single pair. But because my system that I've put together is giving me entries on every single pair, I'm just putting them in here. If anyone wants to take them, if they're profitable, it's up to you. But it's beta testing at the moment. So whenever I do decide to give it to the VIPs only, then that's that. Looks like an initial pattern. Okay, let me go here. Yeah. It's definitely looks like a head and shoulders pattern on this. So realistically, you'd say here's the left shoulder over here, here's the head, and then there's the right shoulder, I would say. But really, we would have wanted it to do that and then shoot up. So it seems like they've rushed price, but we know why they've probably rushed price on the euro, especially Euro USD, because Euro USD has been selling for a long time, very long time. Pretty much, I think since last year, yeah, it's been selling since about midway since last year. So it would have been a whole year now. Yeah. So it's literally been selling for a whole year now because we're in May. So it's literally been selling for a whole year. And it's about time we do see a pullback on price action here. So for me, what I'm expecting on Euro USD right now, we are here at the moment. I'm expecting consolidation this week, but I'm literally, this is how I trade. So I'd wait for it to break out and then I'm waiting for a retest. So my retest areas would be here. Let me do this one here. It would be either here or depending on what it does by the end of this week. So price is here right now. So, or whatever it does by the end of this week, that's why I'll be looking for a retest area. So my retest area could be here as well. So price actions here, it could be here. So it just depends on what price does. But as soon as it does that, then I'm going to be looking for buys back up to take price action towards this level here or this level here. If it does this, reason for me taking that is because we can clearly see that there was a major push down from this level. Even if we go to probably a higher time frame, let's go to the daily chart. Yep, there's even a liquidity here, which gives me perfect reason to see where I've got a target go. Right here, they've left a wick on the daily chart for price action to go back up towards. So this is what I would be expecting to take. And this is something you might see me get profits on next week if it gives me an entry. It's going to be NFP next week, so they could bring price all the way back down to lows. We just got to take it for what it is. I'm not going to force the market. I'm going to try and get my entries. But if it doesn't want to give me what it wants, then it just is what it is. But I can see that there is a target area here of this liquidity wick, which is money left behind, that price action can go towards. And clearly here we can see this is even though we say it's a 4-hour resistance level, it's technically almost a daily resistance level. So that's why I could see price action buying towards. Yeah, I am recording it at the moment. I am recording it. So I'm recording it for everyone. It's what I'm expecting. Like I said, nothing has been appearing this week. So it's even been quiet for us in the VIPs. You know, it's 1-2 trades I've been giving out here and there. And most of the trades I've been giving out is for everybody, which is the Trinity trades, like I said. But in terms of the trades, the big trades we're looking at for all the pairs we go through, yeah, there's most things are probably going to appear next week or the week after. So where are we here? I'll post it on YouTube, mate, and it'll be in this group. Gbp Jpy, no problem at all. Let me just see if anybody else is in here quickly. Okay. So Gbp Jpy, my target area was price going back up into this area here. I wanted price to go and clear most of the liquidity it left behind, some of the wicks it left up here as well. We're not seeming to see this type of price action at the moment. So let me just change all of these as well. So I have everything here for our resistance. So I've got all of my lines pre-saved if I need anything, and it's all just there. Resistance. Right now, this is a resistance because price is there. So we got this as well. Daily resistance. What's that, daily? Yeah, it was daily resistance. Okay. And yeah, like I said, I'm expecting price to go up a little bit more. Price hasn't done that. So as we can see this week, price action has been consolidating within this area here. It hasn't really done too much. It's just bouncing up and down. What I would expect price to do now is it doesn't have to go all the way up here now for me, because price action started, I believe it was here at the start of the week. So that's why I was expecting that. Now I'd be expecting price, if it still stays down here, I'd be expecting price to go towards this level. As we can see, there was a major sell off for this 4-hour resistance before. So if price goes towards this level here, I would still be looking at a continuation of a downtrend and price going down even more. Ideally, they probably want to cover all of this up to a certain level. I don't think they'll go all the way down here. Despite it's not impossible, they could do, but more than anything, if they want to, they might go towards this monthly support and stop price action there. And that's what I'll be looking for. I'd be looking for a longer term sell in this for re-entry. But like I said, I'd expect them to bring price action towards maybe this 4-hour resistance zone. It's probably even higher than that as well. Let's go to a daily chart and see how that looks. Yeah, so this 4-hour resistance is really, I would say, even a daily resistance. So I don't have too many 4 hours. So I know that's a strong enough zone. This isn't a daily resistance as well. Okay, it is because of this. Yeah, that's why. That's because of these. So it's old for a daily support and now it's a daily resistance. So yeah, this is what I'd be looking at basically on GBP JPY. Price action obviously pushing up so I can get a better entry, get an entry from a higher high or at least a lower high is what you want to do. So I want price action to go up a little bit more. And then I'd be looking at a continuation of a sell and price action holding this level for it to go back down. And like I said, I'm most likely looking for it to go down towards this level here. As we can see, even though this is a monthly support, this is where price action did its, let's say, almost its head down here. So you can see this is where it broke out from. So as I'm seeing price action on a daily chart looks like this down here, I'm expecting price to not go all the way down here. I'm expecting price to go more or less towards this area. So if we mark that up, if I did manage to get in a sell from here, this is, yeah, like another 600 pip sell. So something like that. Of course, it doesn't have to do all of that. It could give me less. It could give me 250 pips. Might go to this level here, bounce back up, whatever it is. But this is where I'd be looking for a trade for a better entry on that pair. GBP USD, what are we looking at here? So let's get rid of this so it doesn't overlap each other. And what I'd be looking at on GBP USD right now is same like Euro USD, really. It looks like it's almost forming a head and shoulders pattern. So let's go here. I'm just going to mute your microphone, anybody that was on. Looking at the same thing. I mean, it looks like we've got a bit of a left shoulder forming over here. Let's go to a 4-hour chart and see how this looks. Yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of a left shoulder here. We've got a head here. And then we've got a bit of a right shoulder here. So for me, where price action is at the moment, I'm expecting for price to do something like this. Where is my tools? Sorry. So if price stays within this region, I'm expecting price to pull itself back down to somewhere like here, basically, or somewhere like here next week with a stop hunt. Something like this. As we can see, this is a nice buy area for this level over here. What do we have here? Let's do this. Let's go find what this is. Here's better. Here's that. Here, so it would either be here or there. Go here. Yeah, I literally just trade support and resistance. That's it. I just trade break and retest. You should be able to. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay. Yeah, you should be unmuted, Victor, by the way. I literally just trade break and retest in the market on higher time frames. That's all I do. Like I said, I keep it very simple. People might think I'm lying, but that's all I trade. The only thing is I'm so good at it now because I've been trading it for such a long time. What I do is when I've got these trades, instead of having a big SL, yeah, I might have a smaller SL if I see an optimum, like a good opportunity. So then I can leverage more. So that's when you see me with a bigger trade. So something like that. Okay, Victor, have you got a question? Because I think your mic's open now. I've left it open.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if it breaks your monthly resistance?
What is it that makes my monthly resistance? Did you say?
So what if it breaks the monthly resistance?
Oh, what if it breaks it? Yeah, that's, you just got to take it for what it is. You got to understand that trading is probabilities. Too many people worry about exacts in Forex, and I keep telling them to stop doing that to themselves. They're worried about, oh, what if it does this? What if it does that? But we don't know whatever it's going to do. Do you understand? So if you've got good risk to reward, you would be able to fail X amount of times and then eventually be right. Does that make sense?
Okay, can you just tell me your entry criteria if it gets to that monthly resistance, if you want to take a sell?
Oh, the monthly resistance up here, you're saying? Yes. Sorry, yeah. So I was looking at monthly support. So if you're talking about the monthly resistance, if you were willing to take a sell, just pay attention to what you're already seeing here. You know, I would say always look between the 1 hour and the 4 hour chart. Very good time frames. You can already see it right now. So what happened here with this buy off of this weekly resistance zone? Look at it, weekly resistance zone off of this buy. What did we see? We saw a close of a 4 hour candle not break this area. So this was already telling you going into London session, there's a possibility of a continuation of a buy going towards this monthly resistance. So that's how you've been able to scalp this pair. This is why I draw these lines here, basically. And you can even see this is an uptrend right now on a higher time frame as well. So I do it all the time. And if you want to get an earlier entry in these pairs, look at your 1 hour chart. What did you see here? The 1 hour candle didn't close on the break through this level. The next one even went bullish. So if in all theory, you should have been in right about here on this if you was trying to go for an opportunity of a buy in this pair for today in terms of scalping it. Do you care?
Yeah.
Always look at your 1 hour and your 4 hour candles. If you struggle with that, I have told people they can use a TDI. And sorry, let me see. Right here. I have told people they can use this. I've shown people many times. I've used the TDI since day one of trading, pretty much. Like I tell people all the time, like use your TDI. You know, TDI will help you if you go down in your time frame and you go to look right here. This is exactly what I say. Like there's nothing different with what I say here. So I just need to check a trade I'm in quickly. Gbp Cad. I just want to see something. I'm gonna come back right back there. I just want to check it because GBPs are buying. Yeah, they went straight for it. Then for the jugular. Yeah, GBPs are buying strong at the moment. So even this trade here, I was expecting it to continue to sell. And I ended up losing this trade now because it didn't continue to sell. It's gone all the way back up. Boom, it's hit my SL. So while I'm doing the Zoom right now, yeah, I've lost the trade because I couldn't manage it because I'm in the Zoom. So let's go back to GU. But it's a strong buying pressure they're doing. There was GBP news as well. So this is what I was saying at the beginning. I'll go back to this first so you can see it. So look, TDI, price was on this level. As I've told people, as it got to this level, you can even see you had a shark fin here. Price was also at the 32. I made a whole video on this, sniper entries. You would have been in from here. This was London session. So you would have been in, you would have had a stop loss just below this level. And then your target level would have been where? Just up here. So just on GU alone, you would have been able to make already, just based on that video. It's like when I do these videos, sometimes I think people think I'm lying when I'm doing some of these videos. I'll do it. But I'll still have people ask me, how do I enter? How do I do this? How do I do that? But I'm like, I've made like 15 videos on how you can enter the market. I've made 15, 20 videos on how you can look for areas of where to trade. Do you get where I'm coming from? But that's why I have to continuously do stuff. But look, that's a 50 pip trade. And then why wouldn't you have had, you could have had easily have said, okay, how you would work this trade out, you'd say, okay, I've got 70 pips here between my entry and there. So I've got about a 35 pip stop loss if I want to do a 1 to 2 trade on here. Yeah. So let's say you entered on this candle. Let's just say right now, where is it? It was here. So yeah, you would have entered around this level. So look, that's not even 35 pips. So you would have said, okay, here's my 35 pip stop loss. Here's my 70 pip trade up here, basically. Oh, sorry, I did a short. I meant to do a long. Long here. Let's just even do this here. Right there. And this is how the trade would have looked basically for you. You get? And then that's how you would have been able to take it. So this is a 1.85. It's not even a 2. You could have it a bit more. But if you want to, personally, I wouldn't have even done 35 pips. I would have done a bit less. I might have even done 25 pips, nice and short. And I might have even gone for 50 pips in this trade to try and secure it. And there you go. That was almost close enough. And that's literally how you just do it. It's really like that. It's
So
not even.
if you're,
Yeah, go on, my friend.
if you're on this profit right now, would you have broken even?
Would I have broken even? I would have closed the trade. I don't play when it comes to this market. Sometimes I leave it open, but that's rarely. Most of the times now I'm just closing it. The market is far too volatile during this whole period of possible war. So I want to say possible, I mean like it being declared World War III. So it's too volatile. And I have shown people this as well as information. So people got to understand when you go to your settings on TradingView and you switch on the economic events on your chart, no matter, and I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if I'm giving you a trade like I've given in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If you're not watching, let me see, I don't have this person's on. If you're not watching market structure, you're not watching new fundamentals in terms of what news is coming. I can give you 100 trades here for possibilities of what could happen here. Yeah, in terms of sell, buy, etc. But if you're not paying attention to none of that, anything I'm posting here doesn't make no sense to you. Pointless. Because right now, like I said, I could have given out a sell on GBP Cad. That's how I was in. But then you can clearly see that right now, something is affecting price action. So it might not be on this. It could be on a different pair. Or it could have been this news from here that's still affecting it. But I feel like it's this that's coming up here. So they're doing a fake out. And then if they do sell pair after this pair after, is they wanted to make sure they got every single person out of the market first, and then they'll use this news event here to bring it all the way back down again. If that makes sense to you.
Oh,
So you got to understand, you've got to check your economic calendar, because this is what, if you're looking for any scalps, and again, this is why I said I would have been out, because look, high impact news is happening soon. So I'm not trying to hold
very
for 20,
high.
for 15 more pips when there's high impact news coming in the next hour or so. I'm not doing
the
that.
markets.
So again, you would use that. Let's join. Yeah, I'm trading live all the time, pretty much, mate. Trading live all the time. I'm not taking trades right this second. No, if I see opportunity, I might, but I've got trades already on my accounts because I've got accounts running right now.
Oh,
But I am in NZD. Someone asked me that. Neo is an indicator. Yeah, Neo basically is an indicator. It's an indicator with many confluences I've put together. So it's many indicators all into one that I've managed to put together over a period of time. Yeah. But to make it easy for people, I realized one thing when it comes to, I'm just going to mute your microphone, Victor, so it's not coming through too much. Yeah.
sorry.
Your microphone is coming through a bit too much. So I just wanted to mute it. If anybody wants to speak, I'm going to just let me know so I can unmute your microphone, just so it doesn't come
muted now.
Someone's just drawn on the chart. Let me see. Annotate. Yeah. Clear all drawings. There we go. Okay, cool. Mouse. Yeah, so basically Neo's an indicator with full of confluences for me. So it was all put together into one. But now that's why it's called Neo, the one basically. But now, because I realized a lot of people have issues with reading indicators, I'm not trying to leave beginner traders to their own devices. I'm trying to help traders. So what I did do is it was on MT4 and it was an alert-based system that would give you an entry criteria. It would give you an entry and a stop loss. Sorry. Guys, you got to keep your microphone muted. And if you want to ask a question, put your hand up or let me know in the text if you can, please. So then I can unmute it because this is recorded. So it's going to be disturbing people that are trying to actually listen. So you've got to let me know, please. Yeah. So as I was saying, is that to make it easier for people, I said, okay, let me make it, to make it even easier, I said, okay, let me just make it Telegram alerts where it'll just come through as a Telegram alert for people. So on Telegram, I could give you a chart like this. And let's say this was the trade. Let's just say now, this would have been a Neo trade. Really, we do swing trades only in Neo at the moment. This is why I created Trinity for the smaller trades like this, but that's what would happen. So I'd either give you a chart or it would have a stop loss TP. It has stop loss TP basically. And that's the trades we take. The last trade that we took in Neo, that was the successful trade, was here. So I'll even show you this chart here. I'll even show it to you. So this is a VIP chart. This is the trade we took. And here, this one was given out on this day here. I'm going to go through all the questions, people. Don't worry. Just bear with me, yeah? So here was the last trade that we took on Neo. So you can see here the entry was given here. Price did pull back, and this is what I say. I'm not trying to just enter trades and then leave them sometimes if I can get the most out of a trade. You saw my last video. I re-entered here, basically. And when I re-entered here, I entered with heavier leverage and put my stop loss tighter. And this was a, how much? This was a 340 pip trade, basically within a week or between a week and a half. So this is what Neo did. So I would give you a chart like this, basically. Let's get rid of this one here, not this one. So get rid of that. So I'd give you a chart like this and say, okay, entries here, stop losses, obviously where the stop loss is, take profits there, so you can enter the trade like that. And that's what you would get on Telegram for Neo. That's what Neo is. It's just making it easier for people. But in the Zoom calls that I do in the mentorship, I'm telling you why we are trading this pair. That's what's important. Too many people want to just get a signal, but they need to know why, because if they don't know why, when the pair is messing about, they're not aware of it. They're just all they're going to care about is, oh, John, the trade's losing, but they're not actually learning why or how to manage their trade or how to better get in their trade. Like I told you, I re-entered here. So anybody else that was following what I put in Neo would have known that I said, if price breaks this level down here, yeah, then this is no longer a trade. But if it stays in this level here, then it's a good trade. Me knowing that, I put heavier risk, yeah, on the trade from here. So anybody else that was doing that wants to be more of a dynamic trader is what I call it. So remember, you're learning this through the Zooms. You would have entered here again. You don't have to go as heavy as me in leverage, but you could have. If you got out here because you thought it was going to fail, you could have re-entered here. You see? But if you're just following a signal, is what I've been saying. The whole topic of this Zoom is if you just follow signals and you don't know how to trade, you're not going to know how to do that. So therefore, you still could have made money, don't get me wrong, but then you're not going to even make the most money you could have made. So that's one thing people have to learn, is why I do 3 Zoom calls a week for students. I just joined. Are you trading live right now? That's VIP. Yeah, so I explained the VIP thing. For copy trading, I don't do that at the moment. Again, like I told you, the way I trade, I'm attentive on my charts. Like I look at my trades. People won't be able to keep up in terms of the copy trading like that with me, because I will close a trade and open a trade. I've got no problem doing that. So if I'm willing to lose 200 in a day, I might close a trade 3 or 4 times and then open it again. But I've made sure that I'm staying within that 200 worth of loss in a day. So basically, it might take me 3 hours, 4 hours to get the entry I want and open it a certain amount of times. But of course, I won't go over the limit of the 200. Neo is 799 GBP a month. So basically 80 GBP a month. So Great British Pounds a month. And you get free Zoom calls a week. So this would have been one of them. But like I said, my VIPs are busy at the moment, the majority of them. And then you get, obviously, like I said, all these trade setups that I'm showing you here. Like this was the last one. So you don't actually get the indicator as itself. That's what I said, it's pointless. People don't need an indicator. What they need, yeah, on their chart is to learn what I'm showing here all the time. I tell people constantly, you need to learn market structure. Listen to what I just said here. If the market breaks this level, price is more than likely not going to buy. Do you understand? Yeah. This was the lowest point here. Market structure is real. If you learn price action, you will become a better trader. Price action will teach you where trend is. Price action is going to teach you where take profit levels can be. Price action is going to teach you where stop loss levels can be. Price action is going to teach you so much about the chart. You're better off learning that. And this is why I've made my videos so much more simpler now. The way I break down the chart, as you can see, the support and resistance levels, so much more simpler as well. You don't need to worry about having 15 different indicators on your chart for you to enter a trade. This is why when I've got the Neo set up, I'm like, people don't need this 15 different indicators, because even if I gave it to people like that, they won't be able to read it. Do you understand? But it's so funny because when I tell you how to trade like this, and I'm like, okay, Neo's giving you a trade alert, people are still profitable. So it shows me people don't need all of that. Do you understand? Learn price action. If the market respects an area, it will most likely do that. what you expect it to do. If it doesn't respect an area, guess what it's going to do? It's most likely going to fail. It's just that simple. So it's like answering the question that was said to me before. What if it breaks this level? There you go. If it breaks the monthly resistance, the daily resistance, whatever, then it's most likely going to fail. Your probability of winning that trade decreases. If it respects an area, just like it did here, guess what? The probability increases. So whilst we was in this trade, it was last week, Tuesday, I was in a live Zoom with my students while we we're all trading this. And whilst we're in the trade, my Zooms are at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then 6 p.m. on Sundays. That's UK time. So this is why I'm doing a Zoom right now, because this is when I would do it on a Thursday. This started to happen. So what happened? Exactly what I said here. The market started to respect this area. Broke structure here. This was a break of structure on a 4-hour time frame. Massive engulfing candle. This is how someone might use if they're just trading candlesticks. Massive bullish engulfing candle of a break of structure. Okay, I'm going to get in here. I'm going to put my stop loss below here. And whoever did do that, which I guarantee you there was people, there you go. They made all that money. If the market's going to respect structure, it's going to respect it. We need to stop trading in a way where we're like, it might come back. It might do it. Don't do it to yourself, man. It's either going to respect structure or it's not. Sometimes it does come back because, again, fundamentals, all of these lines on the chart are what's going to mess up your trade. They're either going to help your trade or mess up your trade. But the majority of the time, when we're looking at the most obvious retail moves of it looks low, it's going to buy, it looks high, it's going to sell, 9 out of 10 times, these lines you see on the chart right here, these fundamental events are going to mess up your trade. They're not going to help you. So that's what happens sometimes. You just got to take it for what it is. I just thought I'd explain that to people. No, 70, 80 GBP, basically, 80. No, 700. No, don't worry. When I start selling courses and stuff for £700, you best believe I'm a multi-millionaire. And my time is so important. If I start selling it for £800. Wow, that £800 price package, boy, you'll definitely see me in the Rolls Royce at that time, mate. What is the ideal amount to start with a small trading account? Basically, it's what I've been saying to people now. Thank you for your questions, people. I appreciate the fact you're on. I'm going to answer that question. I'm just going to see if anybody else is here as well. Not my Forex funds. I need to go into there. Come on. Just going to go. All right, cool. Let me go here. Yeah, so I can't show you Neo the indicator. That's my private whole setup, mate. I'm not going to show you my whole setup. I told you what Neo actually does do, yeah, is, and you messaged me that direct, not everywhere. What Neo does do is a whole bunch of confluences. I'm not going to show you everything I've been working on for the last 2-3 years. Like, come on, guys. Bear with me, man. Or just going to give it to you in a free Zoom. But what I'm saying is the ideal amount to start on a trade, yeah, is you better off going for a prop trading account. Now, a prop trading account is going to make it better for you to trade in probabilities, just like what I said. So when I'm explaining to you that the market's either going to hold a level or it's going to break a level, yes, and go the wrong way, now you've got X amount of chances of being in trades where that can happen. Do you understand? So now you're in a position where you're like, okay, there's 5 out of 10 times that this trade could win. Hence why you have a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. Yeah. This is why it's better to have prop trading accounts, because it gives you a better chance of doing that. If you start with $200 or $300, unless you're looking to make a 1% growth on that account, which is sensible trading, and it's not going to be a lot of money. If you've got $500, you're only looking to make $50 a month, let's just say at 1%. If you have no problem with that, then yes, you can trade like that. If you're trying to make more money, then I kid you not, it's kind of pointless. You need a prop account. Like right now on my prop account, I'm up 3% on the account right now, yeah? On the one that you just saw me past. I've got other ones I'm trying to go through the challenge, but I'm up 3%. That's only just on that one account. That's only a 20K account. If you look at the sense of what I'm trying to tell you here, if that is a 200K account right now, I would be up $3,000. Do you understand? And that was light trading. It was even, the trading was so ridiculously light, I can't explain it to you. If I managed to catch this trade in that sense, I would have been up like 5 or 6%. But this was one of the trades that helped me pass the challenge. You get it? So you're better off getting yourself a prop account, basically. My Forex funds, FTMO, are the best companies I'll suggest at the moment. And you're better off trying to use that capital, because therefore you've got more probabilities of winning and losing trades, therefore getting into a position where you will eventually get 10K profit, 20K profit. I hope that makes sense. Not profit, sorry, capital to trade with. So I hope that makes sense to you. Yeah, hopefully one day I'm on the way to a Rolls Royce. Hopefully one day. I don't mind one. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't mind one. Hopefully so. So yeah, those questions were being asked there, and I thought that they are important questions for me to be able to answer for people. But I would definitely tell you all, you're better off going to get a proper account. I'll tell you that from now. The market is too random, and unless you've got like 10,000, 20,000 to invest into Forex, it's pointless, man. And I would always suggest you look for 1% growth, because you need to get your psychology to understand that if I have a 200K account, 100, or let's just put on 100K, if I have a 100K account, 1% growth in a month is 1K. Now you're starting to get into the realms of, a working type of salary. If you've got 200K, that's 2K. If you've got 400K and so on, my Forex funds lets you get up to 600K. If you're skilled enough to do so, that's $6,000 a month. Come on, guys and girls. I know there's no one in this Zoom right now that could tell me 6K a month trading 1% growth a month, yeah, is crap money. That's good money. Nobody in this Zoom right now can tell me that's poor money, basically. Don't worry, I'm gonna go on to gold. You might want to put your questions in what do you call it, in for everyone. You're direct messaging me your questions right now. Some people you got to just check on Zoom. So I'm gonna go into gold. I just wanted to go over some other pairs. So yeah, that was GU. So GU, I'm still expecting. So look how it's going towards this level right now. So you can see it's going towards that level, but it bounced off of this level, you see. But remember what I've been telling you here. So too many people are looking for like perfection again in trading. Oh, John, show me just one thing that's going to work. But come on, like, look at this level. I haven't moved this level. I've had this level here for like 5 days. Look what the market's done. I've probably had it for longer than that. The market's come in, yeah, the market's come to this level, respected this level perfectly, giving me an entry. Even if we went to the 15-minute TDI, there's an entry there. Where am I expected to come out of this? Right up here, because I've got this level for a reason. And then look what the market's doing right now. You get? This is all you have to do when it comes to trading. Like, you don't have to make it complicated. But this is why I say get yourself a proper account. So when this does occur, does happen, this setup, if it fails, it's okay, because you might have another X amount of chances to be able to take this trade. So again, this is what it is. Too many people are looking for this crazy magical strategy, and it's not that. Once you realize how to manage your risk, you will become profitable easily. I'm telling you, like, you really will. So you can see here, if I was trading a 1 to 4, let's bring this stop in a bit more. Yeah. Now I have 3 chances of being wrong when the market got to this level. So I could have been wrong here, but when I am right here, guess what? So in this whole period of this week, I've made money now. Do you understand? Now I was right. So I had to take a loss one day. I had to take a loss another day, or where is it? Yeah, so I had to take a loss this day on the 23rd. Is this still the 23rd? Yeah, on the 24th, I took another loss because they hit me with the fundamentals. Exactly what I told you. Look, there's fundamentals here. What was this fundamental event that would have finished me on this day? Right here. So this PMI flash would have finished me if I was trying to buy on this level. But guess what? Today, I was right. And today, with my 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio, I've lost twice. But now, because I've got 1 to 4 risk to reward, I'm up by 2. So does that make sense to you? This is how you trade. You trade probabilities. Stop trying to trade exacts and trying to flip your account. If you keep doing that, you're not going to be long-term successful. And this is why, again, I say prop accounts are better for you rather than trying to trade $250, $500, $1,000, because you don't have as much capital to be able to do what I'm explaining here, basically, unless you're going to trade at 1% growth. If you're going to do that and you're willing to make $20 a month, $50, then you'll be okay. That was I'm still new. Prop accounts are accounts where when you're trading other people's capital. So there's one called My Forex Funds. You can check them out on YouTube. Loads of people have done reviews on them. I did one in my last video. There's another one called FTMO. So on my last video on YouTube, You can check it out. I explained exactly what a proper count is, basically. You have given us yeah, everybody wants to think the 2 and the 7 was the best thing in the world. People got to understand the 2 and the 7 moving average is just the TDI. It's still why I use the TDI to today. So when the TDI turns red, it's the 2 and the 7 moving average crossing. When it turns green, it's the 2 and the 7 moving average crossing. Well, to get the idea of that strategy, all I did is take the moving averages from the TDI and put it on the chart. I've been very transparent with that. But people look at that strategy like, oh, it's a magical strategy. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's literally just the moving averages in the TDI. But now I don't need it on my chart no more because I'm at that level of trading. So I just leave my TDI down there because guess what? I can do that and my indicator's gone. Like, that's literally what it is. No, that's no problem, Koja, man. Like, literally, I'm trying to just tell people. There's too many traders struggle. The problem is, you see what I'm saying here in this video as well, yeah? No one's going to watch this video when I post it on YouTube. But when I mean no one, it's probably like 100 people, maybe up to 500. But they're still going to be looking for me to make a video on how you can make money in 1 to 2 seconds, or the perfect strategy, when all you have to do is like do what I'm trying to say here. I'm telling you, it's really not that hard. I don't want to click on this link now because obviously I'm in an open Zoom, so I'm not going to click on it. Because I don't know, it could be my video, but obviously I don't want to click on it because it's a recorded Zoom. I'm sure you can understand why. Yeah, if it is anything, you can just direct message me after the Zoom and then we can discuss further. I can tell you what video it is, or I can put it in the general chat in the Discord. It's no problem. Yeah, you got to understand, even though the crossover strategy is there, remember what I said it to Victor in here. I'm not trading the crossover strategy by itself. Too many people just don't want to listen to anything I said in there. They just see 2 and 7 crossing, and that's how you can trade. And I say it to, if you look in the comments in that YouTube video, I say, trade it with market structure, trade it with market structure, but people don't want to pay attention to that. Again, market structure, you can see the monthly and the weekly resistance. Yeah, which is obviously a weekly support now. This would have been a weekly support, so it would be changed to weekly support, not resistance. Yeah, I go, okay. And look, this is why it's bouncing off of there now. And then look, TDI shark fin here, giving you an entry. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Look, this is everything I explained in that 25 pip video. But again, people think I'm crazy. If anybody's struggling with that, 15-minute time frame, market structure, shark fin, entry, stop loss below there, because either going to respect that level or it's not. We're not super, super Forex traders. Whatever the chart does is what it does. It's either going to respect that level or it's not. You either take the trade or you don't. Keep it simple. Literally just keep it that simple. And then where's your TP level? Your TP level is obviously at this one here. We're almost there now. This is a 56 pip trade. So it's a 3.43 trade right now. So almost a 1 to 4. Now you're back in profit for any losses you've taken during the week. If you're a steady trader and don't try and trade 50 times a day, there you go. Simple. So let's move into another chart. If you've got questions, you can put them in the chat, but let's just go into other charts so we can see some stuff. Here, let me get rid of these news events for now. Settings. Yeah. Yeah. That GBP Cad trade was finished. I was in profit as well. I was in 50% profit, but I didn't put a break even because I started this Zoom. Couldn't see it. It's got finished. They gave me the Haryuken. That's what they gave me in that one. I am going to be working on the landing page. If you're talking about website, I'm going to be working on that. So hopefully I'll have my website done by what we in May, June. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely make that a conscious effort to have my website done in June. Basically, it's long overdue now. Basically, so I will have that. But for now, like, it's still it's simple. It's anyone that can actually be bothered. I know some people probably can't be bothered, but I mean, you can message me on Telegram. Some people have that, and then I'll easily just put you forward to Discord, or you'd still be able to even, we'll discuss on Telegram, and then you can get into the services, and then I'd still put you onto Discord and then the Neo Telegram group as well. Like I said, the Neo Telegram group is just where I'll put the alerts out. It's not actually a talking group full of people talking. A lot of people ask for Telegram groups, but they don't realize Telegram's too difficult to segment. And I tell this to people all the time. Anyone who's trying to be professional, they've got a Discord group because you can segment your areas. people don't realize that they're still stuck in very old ways, where on, on Telegram, you'd have to open up 100,000 different groups basically. And to maintain it's too much. What happened on Telegram is when people keep talking, imagine every single time you come in, there's 200, 400 messages you've got to read. You're not going to do that. So it's pointless anyway. You're just going to miss information. You're not going to do it. So at least in Discord, there won't be as much information all over the in one place. It'll be in separate places, and therefore you don't have to read 100 messages, 200 messages when you come off of work and that. You might just read 20 messages because that's the area you look at. So USD Jpy, what we're looking at here, it still looks like obviously it's continuing to sell. I gave all the trades out for here right now. So right now I'd be waiting for it to get low and then look for a buy. I wouldn't really be looking for too many re-entries of sells on this right now. Let's go down to a lower time frame and see. It's pretty much done what I expect it to do. And if anything, I expect it to go here because I see this was a strong rejection. So I really wouldn't be looking for anything too much in this, only continuations of sells. But I wouldn't be looking for any entries in this myself. I mean, I gave off a super perfect entry for everyone. I gave out a Zoom call around this time in April. I told every single person that, there was a level higher than this, but I was like, I'm already in this trade. The Zoom call's recorded. Again, it's on YouTube. All the proof is there for the live trading of it. I said, I'm in this trade right now. I'm expecting it to reject off of this level right here. And then, yeah, it just did, and it melted. And even if people missed that in the general group and in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in Discord, I told every single person about this impulse when it happened. We was, a lot of us were live trading at the time. I said, if this impulse, obviously this impulse came up to here, I said, more than likely they're going to clear this impulse move because they need to correct the market after this. This was a stop hunt to take anybody out that was obviously trading all the way down here. They wanted to take you out or make you scared to close partial profits, etc. I told every single person this is why this line is here. I got in right here. All again, this was broken down as proof in the general chat. If you go check around this day, the 11th of May, I got in here again and then managed to take it down to here. And then obviously it kept going. So this was like a 600 pip trade as well. I gave out to everyone. This is how I try. I just patiently wait for my swing trades. So it's about 500 pip trades. So 470. I just patiently wait for swing trades. I just don't stress it too much. So USD CHF, I gave this one out as well. This was a 14 RR trade. As I mean, people they will see small trades I give and maybe losing trades. They might lose faith in what I give out sometimes and all of that. I gave out this trade to everyone from time ago. And I said to them, this is the level you're looking at. Of course, it broke this level at first, don't get me wrong, but I can't tell people how to enter a market 15, 16, 20 different times. Again, this is why we have risk to reward. If you see an opportunity, you take it. And I took my opportunity, and this was a 14 risk to reward ratio trade. Insane. Right from there all the way down. There you go. So right now, when it comes to this, again, I'll just be waiting for it to probably get down towards here. So it's pretty much pointless now. It's already done 400 pips. So you can see what I've already given out this month for free for everyone. That's 800 pips worth of trade just off of those two I've given out. And that's not even including anything else I've done. USD Cad was another one I gave out. Sorry, there's a question here. Thank you. Let's see. So let's go to AED USD. We're still looking at buys in this. If anybody has any questions, please, you can get your questions ready. Don't be shy. If you're shy, you don't ask your question. You don't ask your question. That's the best way I can say it. So again, AED USD, it's like all of the USD. So now if you see me taking a bunch of USD trades, you can understand why. I'm expecting price action to probably go towards here. It's still consolidating this week. So I'm expecting it to probably do a, depends what it wants to do. It's the same type of head and shoulders pattern we're seeing here at the moment, but we haven't seen an impulse yet up to this side. So I've got to see how it forms next week. We still got heavy impact USD news today and tomorrow and stuff like that. So I just got to see how it plays itself out. But more than anything, I want it to stop hunt down, because obviously I look for breakouts and retests. I want it to stop hunt down, and then I'm going to look for my entry, something like that. Here would be this, because this is a liquidity. I can already see from this time frame, that's a wick. We go to the 4 hour, it might be a wick. Nope. We'll go to the daily chart. It's probably a wick there. And what do we have here? Nope, it doesn't even look like a wick on a daily. So then what do? We go to the weekly chart and see what we see. And there you go. This is how John spots what he's looking for. So then I'll just move over here, move this here quickly, so you can see what I'm saying. And right now, what do we see here? We see a massive liquidity void right here. So when AUD USD is doing a huge buy at one point, probably with NFP, they might use NFP news to go grab that, or the week of NFP or the news in there. That's your reason why. There's a huge liquidity spike here that they can go buy price up towards. So ideally, I would want them to push price down this week, stop down here, and then be looking for them to do a continuation of a buy up next week. That's what I'll be looking at. So AUD USD is a buy. So EU buy, GU buy, AU buy, GJ is finishing off its sell. USD Jpy not really interested because pretty much done like 75% of its sell. USD CHF again 75% of its sell. USD Cad as well has done like 75% of its sell. So I'm going to go into that. I suggest everybody do what I said in the video. Basically, you need to do your top-down analysis first, and then it's like hard to explain. I don't have a preferred time frame, but I do my top-down analysis and I will enter trades on a 15-minute time frame. But because I've done my top-down analysis again, this is why I'm entering on a 15-minute time frame. There's no point saying you might as well enter on a 4-hour time frame, because realistically, price can move a lot. If it's going to respect structure price, it doesn't matter whether it's a 4-hour or whether it's a 15-minute, it's going to respect structure. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not time frame dependent on whether the market's going to actually do what you expect it to do, if that makes sense for everybody. Let's see if someone says something there. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't matter about that. You don't have to worry about that. What you do need to just pay attention to again is market structure. You saw what I just did there. I had an idea. I haven't, done an analysis on this pair right now. AU. This is what I would have done with my VIPs. I've literally looked at the pair. I've gone from, you saw the time frame I was on. So my middle time frame is the 4-hour, because it lets me see enough screen real estate on the chart for me to get an idea of where support and resistance is, although I've already drawn it out anyway. Part of the reason why I started drawing this out, so now I don't have to worry about zooming too far out. Yeah. And then from the idea of that, yeah, the next thing I've done now is said to myself, okay, what could price be doing here? I can see there's a ridiculous looking area over here on the chart. Anybody can see that a mile away. This looks ridiculous. This massive sell here looks ridiculous. Why it looks ridiculous is this looks like an area price can get back towards if it's going to buy. What do we see here? Now my mind is tuned in quickly, and I'm like, what do I see here? Well, over the period of years of trading, now I'm seeing a pattern that looks like a head and shoulders pattern. Again, left shoulder, head, and then we could be seeing a right shoulder over here. So now I've seen a type of pattern as well. So that's great for me. I'm like, cool, it's great. A lot of my winning trades appear to just be head and shoulder patterns as well, because of course we see this will happen, the stop hunt down here for the liquidity grab. And then if I'm a break and retest trader, of course, the right shoulder is always going to be the breakout, the retest, and then the continuation. So yeah, that's what I start to see. So I'm like, okay, cool. So now I'm like, what am I looking to see here? Well, what I haven't seen here is an impulse up here. So I can see the market's consolidated. So it's making a decision on what it could do next. Okay, if you're making a decision on what you could do next, I need to have an entry. Now, I wasn't in from here, so I'm expecting the market to go down one more time so I can get in. Most likely, this is obviously a support level. As we can see here, it failed to break this level, so it's a strong level. If the market goes down to around about this level here, then I'll be looking for a re-entry in the market. It's really kind of that simple. So but I've broke it all down on the fact that price is low. I'm expecting for it to buy out. I've seen the pattern. I've seen all of these things I just said to you. And then the last thing I went to look for is that whenever price does a fast move where it goes up or down quickly like this, within a day, within a week, within a month, it's left a massive wick on one of the time frames. Something I explain to my students in the VIP section all the time. I'm like, whenever you see price doing these mad impulse moves like this previously, go and check your time frames to find out if there's a wick there. If I'm looking for a buy now it's also giving me an institutionalized reason, basically, to say if they are going to buy, where they're going to buy to. I go back over to my time frames. You saw I went all the way through my time frames. Then I've gone up to my weekly time frame. I'm like, hey, bingo, here you go. Here is a massive liquidity wick. What does price action like to do? Look at this wick left here. So they bought up. They left another liquidity here. So if it wants to keep buying, even after here, it can go up here. But we don't know yet, so I don't care about that because price is nowhere near there. But for now, look at this. There was a wick left here, bought up. What did it do? When it sold back down, they went to go cover their books and grab the liquidity here. Look at the aggressive move. That's why AU kept selling. They needed to grab the liquidity. If we got up to a higher time frame, there could even be liquidity somewhere else. Let's go to the monthly time frame. So we don't see liquidity here. I'm still in other traders that you can start going even higher. So here, now I'm on a 3-month time frame. So this is a bit more complex for people, but they don't have to, you don't have to worry about this too much. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a bit more complex, but you can see straight away there's a massive liquidity left on the 3-month time frame, which is 1/4 of 4 quarters in the year. Remember that as well. So right now they decided to go and grab all of this liquidity for the first quarter of the year. Makes sense to you? All price is doing is moving up and down to go and grab liquidity. That's literally it. Liquidity highs, liquidity lows. That's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to grab any money they've left behind. It's basically slippage in the market. But it's up to you as a data analyst for you to look at your chart and realize what they're doing. And that's what I've just done when I've gone over to AU from my time frame. I've gone over from the lower time frame. I've obviously got all my levels marked up already, but I've gone to the lower enough time frame, like a 4-hour, seen what could possibly happen. And I've said, that is my idea of what the trade market can do right now. So hopefully, again, that makes sense to everybody. Question is, John, why do you do your teaching from trading views? No, people did say that before on MT4 and all of this stuff. So brokers can't see your stuff, but no, it's not why. Someone said that to me before, and I did think it was real. To be fair, I just do on TradingView because TradingView is a very smooth operating system. It's the best way to say it. TradingView, I actually give them high amount of props for the system they made here. Fantastic idea. I have no idea why MT4 does not run like this. MT4 literally should be this. Literally. Like, this is so modern. I'm an advocate of modern stuff. I love it. Even though I'm going to get older, I'm always going to appreciate newer things that come out. So I believe the world has to keep changing. It has to keep evolving in it. And it's fantastic. No one can complain about how smooth TradingView is compared to MT4. MT4 is so old. It's ridiculous to use. It's so bad. It's unreal. But, obviously they've got very good indicators and stuff like that on MT4. I get it because it's been around for so long. But TradingView's got loads of good indicators as well. It's not bad as well. So, but yeah, that's why I use TradingView, just because it's so much smoother and easier to use. You can draw lines. It's got nice quick shortcuts and all this stuff. It's just so much easier, basically. Long story short, it's easier. All right, cool. So that's AD USD. We're looking at buys on that. Let's go here. Just gonna mute your mic, mate. Some people's mics are open. I could hear them typing. If there is one thing you've learned from your trading journey so far, what would you say is the biggest thing I'll tell you from the market? I'll say it again: trade probabilities. If you come into my VIP section, you pay, you get in there. This is all I teach you to do. Too many people do the same thing. The majority of us are adults. Like, the majority of us are adults in here. A lot of us are family members, family people, let's just say. Yeah, and when I say that, I mean we've got, wife or husband, and we've got kids. A majority. VIP is 80 GBP a month. If you want to see how you can see all the information on that, it's here. So let me just go here again. It's right over here. Get back into what I was just saying there as well. It's all in here, basically. So all the information is in. I do put this hashtag in every time it shouts out. It automatically shouts itself out in the general chat. So basically what I'm saying is that, yeah, so too many of us, we're in a position where we're trying to make Forex what work does for us, basically. And you've got to understand, the market doesn't care about that. I have to tell people all the time, you need to stop coming into the Forex market thinking that, oh, this is a wicked way, an excellent way to subsidize my work salary. You need to look at Forex like an investment. And what happens when you invest into any ideas you want? You have good times and you have bad times, like any business you run. So it's basically an investment like a business. Now, when any business, not only Forex, starts to become very profitable, then you can start saying, I can give myself a salary from this business. But too many people, they just forget that. They don't see Forex as an investment first. and then a business. They don't see it as that. So you're investing into a business. They just see it as this thing where I can get into there and I can make money and withdraw it within the same day. So it's a possibility I can get rich, basically. And it's based on that whole factor of you could literally put £100 into a brokerage account right now and then come out at the end of the day with £1,000. When that does not happen, if you open up a food store, that's not going to happen unless, you know, maybe McDonald's around the corner closes, everything closes or something. Do you get where I'm coming from? People don't see that when you open up an actual business. So in Forex, because it's got the idea where you can see $1,000 in one day from $100, everybody trades it wrong. Stop doing that. You need to trade probabilities. The market's either going to respect an area or it's not. No, there's no problems with that. Don't beat yourself up. Don't think your broker's a crook. Don't do all of this stuff. The market doesn't care about your feelings. Again, it's only going to either respect an area and do what you expect it to do, buy or sell, or it's not. So you need to put yourself in a position where you learn, this is my strategy. This is the risk to reward I trade. This is what I'm expecting. So when I'm expecting this trade to appear, I'm expecting to say, I know that the majority of the time when this trade appears, I wait long enough, I can put a one risk stop loss and a 2 times risk take profit in this trade. That's what you saw in Euro Cad when I showed it to you. I've traded this so long now, I'm starting to say to myself, hey, I could probably do a 1 stop loss, but I could do that same trade I'm doing 1 to 2 as 1 to 4 now, because when I've gone to back test all of my trades, this is why you see me doing stuff like this as well. So people can understand, I don't do these pip counts to show off. I do them because this is how I track what my charts are doing. This is how I'm tracking my information. I'm showing people. And this is only here. Remember, I've got my own Excel spreadsheets where I'm doing this as well, where I'm taking screenshots and doing stuff. But this is so the public can also see me tracking data. That's all it is. I'm a data analyst. I'm collecting data. You understand? So now I'm seeing all of this stuff. I'm like, oh, you know what I can do with this trade now? I can trade this 1 to 4. So if I'm wrong, I've got 3 more possibilities of still taking that trade instead of trading 1 to 2, where I've only got another 1 possibility before, if it wins the 3rd time, I break even. Do you get it? Now I've got 3 times, and by the 4th time, if I'm right, then it breaks even if I lose 3 times. But if not, I can obviously win and so on. Obviously, everything's, you know, fantastic. So that's how I'm trading. Does that make sense to you? And that's the biggest thing I've learned is you've got to trade probabilities. So I hope that question was answered. I hope it was answered in depth, and I hope people learn something from that, because it's very important. It's not your strategy. Like, I'm kidding you. I kid you not. During this market conditions right now, my win rate's been like 30%. And that's not because I'm a bad trader. It's because I'm getting in and out of trades, because I'm trading more. Really, I'm trading more aggressively in terms of risk. But aggressive enough, I'm still safe. But even with a 30% win rate, I'm still 3% profitable on an account right now of 20K. Do you get it? That's not the most money in the world. I get it. But my mind is not thinking about trying to make the most money. My mind is about, can you do sensible risk on an account? So again, if that's a 200K account, that's $3,000 I'll be in profit. If that's a 600K account, that's $6,000 I'll be in profit. That's much more than any job right now would be paying me. Again, I hope that makes sense for people to understand. Trade in probabilities, and you can keep your risk within reason, and you'll be fine. And this is based on how I can trade, basically, on my strategy. So hope that makes sense. Anybody got any other questions for me? That's the most important thing I've learned from Forex. Here we go. Here's another one, USD Cad. So this was a 4.5 risk to reward ratio. I gave this one out to everyone from this level here. This was another one through that week. The week before that, it started breaking up. Then the next week, it pulled up a little bit more. And then, yeah, it just melted from there. And I got my entry literally here, just based on this. You can see it rejected here, bought up again. My entry was here. My stop loss was just above here. My stop loss was even tighter than this on this trade. I kid you, my stop loss was like, it was like 20 pips. That was actually how I traded it. So you can see I managed to get a 12, 13 risk to reward. But again, I'm like, it's either, remember what I told you, we can see this level is obviously important. Once you start getting your psychology into the idea of it's either going to respect the level or it's not, it's better for you, because if it breaks this level, it's probably not my trade right now or my entry. Even if it is the trade, it's not my entry. But what did it do? It did not respect this level. I can't even lie to you. I fell asleep. I woke up, the trade was down here. I was like, there you go. Well, I was obviously right there, not to even sound big-headed or anything, but it's just because I'm being more realistic with what I'm trading nowadays. It's either going to respect the level or it's not. Just trade like that. You'll be so much better. Anybody else got any other questions for me? So USD Cad, let's go back here quickly. I just want to see if it's got any room for breathing to do anything else. Yeah, we're still looking at the market could still sell. Yeah, you could still see that. So right now, USD CAD, I'd expect the market to go up to this level here, and then I'd expect it to pull back down. It could either pull to here, or it could do this. Yes. Could do that, or it could do this. So I could be long term, you're expecting that. If not, then it might do something like this. Then it might just go down to this level here. So you could be seeing a trade continuation like this, but I'd be expecting it to go to this daily resistance level here and then look for my continuation of my sell. That's what I would do on USD CAD. So again, just to go over for everyone, EU, we're looking at a stop hunt, so a sell back down and a buy. Gbp Jpy is already done 75% of its sell, so I'm not looking at anything there. Gbp USD, I'm looking at again for price to do a sell back down and then a continuation of a buy. So basically to do its retest, I need to get its retest entry. USD Jpy has done pretty much all of its trade. USD CHF has done all of its trade right now. AUD USD, same as all the rest of the USDs. I'm expecting for it to sell back down first and then buy up. I'm only trading the buy. I'm not trying to trade the sell. And then USD CAD as well has done USD CAD, I'm on it now. We're expecting for it to go towards this daily resistance level here for a continuation of a sell back down. And then we're going to go into gold right over here next, and then we're going to break this down right now. So gold is pretty much done what we need it to do already. Can't really lie to people, but where are we? So there's some questions here before I go into gold. Can we get a funded account with Neo because it's not easy? Pass. You can get a funding account with the trades that Neo's giving you. All the trades I've traded to pass my funding account, and a few of the others as well. Some traders obviously take other trades I break down in the mentorship as well. They might say they only want to trade 5 pairs. They don't want to trade. I got something called the circle of pips where I go through all of the pairs because it takes so long for these moves to appear. You can literally trade every pair because you're not going to be trading every pair every day. So again, I hope that makes sense for people. You're not scalping, so you can trade every pair. But yeah, basically you really can trade. Like I told you, that I passed the phase 2 account. I showed you on literally on the video. Even for phase 1 and phase 2, it was USD Jpy, AUD Jpy, and Euro CAD. Though all 3 of those were Neo trades that went hundreds of pips into its direction. So the only thing that you would have had to do is, again, you have to learn over a period of time. If you wanted to ensure you was passing them, yeah, then you try and get a better entry. So if you've got a certain entry, you might say, okay, I'm going to enter this much here and I'll put my stop loss here. And if it's wrong, then I'll try and enter. If there is another opportunity to enter this trade, I'll do that. And that's what I did with Euro CAD. I managed to, the first entry I took, it pulled back after that. So I got a bit of profit literally with that last trade. I passed phase 1. Then they gave me my phase 2 on the account on my Forex funds. And then it gave another opportunity because it went all the way down again. So when it went to the lowest point it possibly could, I said, it's either going to continue to sell or buy. But this time I put heavier leverage. So that one trade, all I needed was $1,000 to pass. That one trade would have passed me phase 2. But as it was moving slower, I saw there was another opportunity for trade. Gbp CHF appeared, but that trade went on to break even eventually and then, break the last area it shouldn't have. So Gbp CHF came in and then I added that trade as well to my trades. And that was another Neo trade. So that was a 4th Neo trade at the period. Do you understand? So again, I'm only trading those and that's what's helping me. The only difference I might do from other traders is I'm more dynamic when I'm trading. So again, I'll put a tighter stop loss on some of my trades and heavier risk. This is not something I suggest you do straight away. And it's not something you have to do in order for you to pass these accounts, because I was able to pass it quicker by doing that. You still have X amount of days for Neo to give you setups for you to pass these accounts. And if you don't pass it that time, by the next month, you can still pass it on your free retake as long as you're profitable. So the whole idea is you really in VIP learning how to manage risk on your account, which I teach you how to do as well when you speak to me in direct message or through the Zoom calls. But the trades, yes, they will help you to pass, literally. And what people have to understand, I know I've said a lot of things on about Neo and stuff like that and here in VIP, but please, anybody that is interested in joining VIP servers, do not think Neo is just some mad indicator that's going to pass you trades every single time. This month we had another 100% win rate. So far, we're still waiting on CFJPY. That might fail though, so it might go a bit under. So let's just say we've had about a 90% win rate on Neo. You're going to have bad periods as well where Neo's not going to produce good winning trades. People got to understand that it's the same thing as anything. But what happens is when I have a good period in Neo, everybody runs, yeah, let me join. And then all of a sudden the market misbehaves and you have a bad period and then everybody runs away. Oh, trader's not for me. John doesn't know what he's talking about. But then those same people leave. And then when a good period comes back and we have much more winning trades than we had losing, they've left. So they just ended up losing. Do you get it? This is why the VIP thing that I've explained is 3 months. You can't join for 1 month, expect to get a proper account, expect life is just going to be fantastic. If it does work that way, great. But there's probably maybe a 10% chance that might happen. Realistically, you'll probably be in VIP for at least 3 to 6 months before you start to see that you get a proper account. But what happens, I always say the word again, because I need to let people understand that when you're talking about Forex, it's a business. So if it's like your business, you're growing, why are you expecting to all of a sudden just for it to flourish in 1 month? Just like, give it, if you, any business you're going to go open for yourself that you're interested in, doesn't matter what it is, you would always give that years to flourish. So you have to use that same thing, even though you're coming into mentorship. You can't just expect everything's going to be fantastic. It's not how it works, man. It's not how it works. What would you say is your favorite pair to trade? Was GBP Usd back in the day, but I don't know now. I don't know because I trade so many pairs. I've got something I call the circle of pips where this is how we trade in VIP. Price is always going to be either at a high or it's going to be at a low. And every single pair at some period gets to a high or gets to a low. And I call it the circle of pips. And literally when it's at the high, I'll put a certain tag color over here. I'll put a certain tag color on it. When it's at a high or low, I'll put a certain tag color. When it's done its breakout and its retest, I'll change the tag color. So I'm looking for an entry. When it's done its breakout, then I've put another tag color. When it's done its retest and I've entered, then I put a third tag color. Anything else that's trending for a long enough period of time, then I'll put either green or red, saying, so I know that on the higher time frames, this pair is either selling or this pair is buying. And again, that's what I would be trading. When it's green or red, that's what I would be looking for in Trinity trade setups, rather than trading everything Trinity can appear for you, can appear with, which Trinity is just re-entries of Neo trades. Neo's trying to get you the optimum entry, like you saw on USD Jpy, for the huge pips. But then if you miss that, hopefully Trinity can give you re-entries for the continuation of the trend until obviously the trend is exhausted. So I hope that makes sense as well. Yeah, so that's all of the pairs that I've gone over, all of them. Gold is the last one. Again, I told people I was looking at sells on gold for continuation. It wasn't hitting the levels I was expecting, but based on this chart I do have here, I don't know if I gave this chart out to everyone, but it was in a Zoom. I can see that it's not breaking this level right here. I'm pretty sure I did tell people this. I did say this in my Zoom. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll go here because I've got this one. So this is the one I had it. Yeah, this is the one I had in VIP. So I did say this area here. But you can see how it's respecting this area a bit more now. Let's go to a 4-hour chart and see if you can see a re-entry. So it did break through this level, came back through. So here was where you wanted to look for it. So you see what happened? Breakout. So breakouts and retests happen all the time. So when it broke out, then it retested towards this area. When you saw that this 4-hour candle here didn't close there, this is when you could say to yourself, probabilities of trading, I'm going to get in this 4-hour candle. I'm going to put my stop loss above this level here that John suggested. And I'm going to be looking to take a 1 to 2 trade minimum. So 1 to 2.5 is there, 1 to 2. So there you go. You would have won your trade literally like that. Literally, you would have won 1 to 2 trade. And if not, you could be looking for more. You could be looking for price to go all the way down to these lows here. And there you go. You've got a 1 to 8 trade now. If not, there's another bit of market structure right over here, and then you got a 1 to 3 trade. So it's just how you want to take it. But literally, that's how you would have traded gold. And I told every single person 1857 is where you want to look at a level. If it goes back up, then you're looking for this level here. So these are all the winning trades I gave on gold. I gave this first one out here, which was 2,500 pips. I'm still in this gold trade, by the way. So everyone to know I'm still in this gold trade that I gave out from March. Yeah. And you can see here was another re-entry I gave. This was minimal drawdown. It was ridiculous. It was like 2 or 3. I think it was like 10 pip drawdown or something like that. I gave this one here, which even if you missed that one, that's what I said, Trinity would have given you a re-entry. So people can understand how it works. Trinity would have given you this re-entry here. It literally popped up at the time. It would have given you this, which was a 1,900 pip trade. And then Trinity is given another entry here, I believe. So I've got to check it, which would have been another X amount of pips there for a trade, basically. And that's if it goes down. It might fail this time. But I've told everyone, you've made more than enough pips going all the way down to here. You made 2,500 pips. So if gold starts to buy up from here, I'm not concerned. And really, I kid you not, when it starts doing this, I don't look for continuations of sells anymore. I don't do that. Like, this is what people expect. They expect me to tell them what gold's going to do every single time, but I don't do that. I'm only looking for gold to now go. Let's just get rid of some of these. I don't need these on here. So we don't have. Let's just get rid of these for now. It's cool. I'm looking for gold to go down to this liquidity point here on the chart. And when it goes down here, because there's a massive monthly wick down there. Is it here or here? So it might be. No, it's here. Yeah, once gold goes all the way down here, then I'm looking for a continuation of a buy. But because it's hit this level a few times, it might decide to break lower. So I could be wrong this time, but again, I'll trade probabilities of trades until eventually I am right, and then I'll be able to swing trade it back up. I don't look. So you can see I waited for it to get here, got my sell. Now I see it starting to sell down. I caught my re-entries of my sells. Cool. When it broke this level here, I told everybody it'll be a downtrend from here because it was breaking major structure, and then it continued to melt from there. This was given out a long time ago, downtrend from here. And then again, when it goes all the way down here, I'll be looking for the reversal now. So yeah, that's how I trade gold. So right now, you're really kind of scalping the sell on gold, everything you do. And then I expect it to possibly go down here because there's a huge wick there. But you should be in this trade either here. I gave this out to everyone this level, so you should have been looking for a sell from there already. Anybody else got any other questions? Any final questions, anything like that? Any final questions? No problem at all. Anybody else got any final questions? Any prop firm questions they want to know? So just so you're in, if you're interested, if you wanted to know about it, let me know. I definitely suggest if you don't have 10,000 to trade with, you definitely want to get yourself a prop firm account. But don't try and trade. Yeah, there's no point trying to trade anything less than that. I can't lie to you, especially in the markets we're in right now. I've got an affiliate link where we both get 5% off. If you buy it through my link, I'll get 5% off, and then obviously you'll get 5% off as well. Yeah, I did a video on it literally like yesterday. It should be here. Like yesterday or the day. It was this week it dropped. Here it is. There you go. I literally turned $139 into $2,000. And to be able to earn to 2,000 into $20,000. Sorry, my bad. Because now I've got 20K live account right now. So yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to get yourself those. And again, if you are getting those, anyone that is still here, do not opt for the biggest account from the get-go. If anybody's learned anything I've said in this Zoom, trading is based on probabilities. Stop trying to win every trade. Yeah. So go and get yourself the lower ones and then work your way up. If you've managed to end up profitable on the account, but still don't hit the target they want, you get a free retake, unlimited amount of times. So even though you might pay $139, you're not paying $139 every single month if you fail. You only pay it if you manage to go, if you're below the original 20K. But even if you're $1 above the 25, 10K, 100K, whatever you can afford, yeah, then you'll be above, sorry, you'll get a free retake. But again, remember, you can stack these accounts. So when you get to 20, let's say you get a 20K account, that's a realistic starting area. You can do 10K if you can't afford 20K, fair enough. But if you do 20K, let's just say now, because it's about $100, yeah, or $139, then you can go, and once you do pass it, you can go get another 20K account. And then you can keep doing that. So therefore, guess what happens? So now you're only making 1% a month is 200. But then if you get another one and you pass it, then you're making 400. You get another one and so on. But when you start making money on those live accounts, if you're able to pass 2 or 3 of them, I definitely suggest now, yeah, you up your stakes. So now you might say, I'm going to go get a 50K account. I'm going to go get a 100K account. When you obviously make live money profits, it's the same thing like a business reinvestment. You're going to get one building in a business, then you say, okay, we're making money. Let's go buy the building next door and expand our shop. This is what you do with the funding accounts as well. You expand them, and then eventually you can still trade with a 1 to 2% growth and make good returns once you have a big account. And that's how you trade. And you're going to have so much more of a stress-free trading lifestyle once you have that type of capital and you're trading at 1 to 2% growth. So too many people are trying to make 25 and 30% growth on those huge accounts because they want a big payout, and they'll blow them. And the statistics are there. It says it, so people need to know. That's no problem at all, my friend. So remember that only 3% of people that go on to get prop firm accounts with my Forex funds actually get their first live payout. And the main reason that is because they get too excited and they over leverage the life out of the live account and they blow it. And they go all the way back to the beginning and start again. So when you get these live accounts, hear what I'm telling you here, stack them and trade at 1 to 2%. It's still a lot of money, people. Nobody here can tell me $6,000 a month is rubbish money. It's not paying bills. I don't want nobody. No, we wouldn't even be here if that was the case. If that was rubbish money, it's good money. I know it's good money, and it can do a lot for anybody in here. So please just be easy on your account. Chill, man. Chill. So I said chill. Yeah. And on that note, I'll leave you all there. I hope everybody has a lovely day and try and catch these pips. I'll see you later, people. See you later.